What's up, everybody? Today I'm with the #1 ranked Indian Looksmaxer, the AK Pill.
It's good, bro. Glad to be here, guys.
Today we have a little bit of a problem. Somebody here is kind of known for skin lightening. You know, if you follow the page, we do not vibe with skin lightening.
I guess, bro.
Make it a little controversial. However, we're gonna try our best to address this issue diplomatically.
And if things need to go down, things are gonna go down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So anyway,
fuck you.
Off rip, how important do you think skin is for your overall coloring?
Well, I think it's just important in general. Obviously, skin is important for coloring. Dude, if you have bad skin, it's genuinely over for you. Imagine you have bad skin and you go up to a girl at a party. Imagine a guy that looks just like you with clearer skin walks up. You're getting ghosted and denied every single time. 10 times out of 10. Like, skin is super important. If you're not on your A game when it comes to skin, like, you're genuinely cooked.
No, dude, back in high school, bro, kids used to call me braille face.
I mean, you still kind of are braille face with your fucking skin brightening bullshit.
No, but on a real though, because the main issue with my skin growing up is I never knew how to shave properly. And every time I would shave, there would obviously be shave bumps and a lot of ingrown hairs. So I remember I was with this girl once and I thought she really liked me, and I kind of put the Snapchat filters on my story and all that. So when we finally went out, we were gonna do stuff, and then she just started feeling my shit. Called me straight up braille face, Helen Keller, like it was so bad. She straight up closed her eyes and just started tapping that shit and tried to read. And at that point, I realized how important your skin evenness was to actually ascend and really have a good even skin complexion.
Give up.
Give up? You're the one who wears fucking Fair and Lovely, bro.
I don't care. At least I don't have fucking girls feeling my face trying to read braille, bro.
Anyway, on the topic, like, you obviously promote the use of Fair and Lovely and all these skin lightening.
Whoa. I wouldn't say I promote the use of it. I just, I talk about it.
Okay, so you are a user of Fair and Lovely.
No.
You're big into skin lightening, right? You've blown up on skin lightening.
I think lightening your skin, fixing that hyperpigment. Not everyone has to be white, but if you have dark spots, if you're a little bit darker because of hyperpigmentation, I think everyone should try to lighten their skin.
So what do you think the goal with it is?
I think there's a couple of different ways you can go about it. I think the two big ones are, first, if you do want to fix up your coloring and you think that you would have better coloring with a little bit of a lighter skin tone, I think it's fine. You could do that, different methods. Like, Fair and Lovely is one, not that I personally recommend it, even though I talk about it and I love the cover girl because she's kind of hot. But that's one method. Tinted sunscreen is obviously another method, but that would be the first reason, to fix your coloring up a little bit. The second reason, and the bigger reason as to why I think people should actually lighten their skin, is if they have really bad hyperpigmentation. In the Indian community, almost everyone has some form of hyperpigmentation. And the only way you can get rid of that is by lightening your overall skin tone, because you need to inhibit melanin. If you're trying to do bullshit Centella Asiatica strategies to brighten your skin, that's not going to do anything to fix your hyperpigmentation. You got to lighten it first and foremost.
Bro, Centella Asiatica is literally to fix hyperpigmentation. I think what you're trying to say here is you want to cover the root cause.
Wait. How does that fix hyperpigmentation?
So what Centella Asiatica does is that it's this plant extract, mainly from Madagascar, if you really want to get into the origin of it. And what it does,
that's where that movie's from. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, so what it does is that it's not Centella in its raw form, but it's serums that have other brightening aspects in it as well. So what it does specifically is that it really evens out darker spots on your face, similar to things like hydroquinone. However, I prefer Centella Asiatica because it's easier over the counter and it is very efficient in the long run. Okay, different topic though. Are you embarrassed of being brown? Because my main idea that I'm getting from you is that you wear these skin lightening things because you are insecure of your overall skin color.
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. So basically last year, I was super insecure about being Indian. I go to ASU. Obviously, being at ASU, it's a different level of competition when it comes to getting with girls. Now, I noticed that being an Indian actually put me at a disadvantage, because I would literally go up to a girl, and I'm not even gonna lie, this happened one time at a bar. I went up to a girl and the first thing she asked me is, I'm not trying to be racist, but are you Indian? And I was like, yeah, is that a problem? So what I did is, for my first couple of weeks at ASU, I told everyone my name was Mateo and I was Mexican. But after a while, I got comfortable in my own skin and I realized it's not really about being embarrassed as an Indian. It's more just being embarrassed about my own looks. Now that I look better, I'm happy that I'm an Indian,
No, for sure. When it comes to overall skin lightening as a brown guy and having internalized racism towards yourself, I kind of feel you on that, bro. Yeah. Because the amount of times, a few days ago when we were at the club, this still affects me to this day. I was literally telling the girl I was Spanish, I was Arab, everything under the sun except Indian. When I finally got to meet her and connect with her, I literally said this, and I don't know why I said it. I was like, is it an issue if I was Indian? Dude, I don't know why there's this internalized racism.
Are you even Indian? Aren't you Muslim?
Bro, are you serious, dude? Muslims can exist in India. It's not like a homogenous.
I thought you were like Pakistani, bro.
Oh, it's like we're all South Asian. When I finally reflected on this, even though I'm making videos about how you shouldn't be shy about being Indian, don't worry, I am in the same exact boat because sometimes I am LARPing my race. I don't know why I do it, but I think over time I am going to stop because I am happy with being Indian. I'm content with being it. And that's why I hate skin lightening, bro, because it is trying to conceal your natural melanin. Even if you do have hyperpigmentation, I would say fix the root cause for sure. And then if you have a little blemish under your eyes, then use something like a tinted sunscreen. That's like the line, bro. I don't think you should be Michael Jackson maxing and putting all this fucking Fair and Lovely on your face because you are just gonna look like a fucking penguin. And like, I just don't know what to tell you, dude.
You look like a fucking donkey. I think people should be inhibiting their natural melanin. Well, excess melanin production.
No, for sure. Like I could see it being used there, but why would you want to inhibit it? Like you're not inhibiting it. You're not naturally fixing the issue. You are just concealing it, like with makeup. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think that's the point. Well, I think if you're trying to inhibit melanin, you know, you're just gonna get an overall lighter skin shade.
Suppose a 15-year-old kid going through puberty asks you, how can I fix my skin? Would you tell them to cover it or would you tell them to fix the root issue?
I would say fix the root issue.
So how would they do that?
Yeah, I would tell them to first hop on Accutane. A low dose of Accutane will pretty much solve all of your acne for life, especially if you're a man. But for hyperpigmentation, I would tell them to hop on a hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is a tyrosinase inhibitor, so it's gonna help get rid of those dark spots. And even if that doesn't work, if you want an overall lighter skin shade, I would use things like a tinted sunscreen or like a BB cream all over your face.
So all over the face, or where are the top 3 places you would apply a tinted sunscreen if you were trying to conceal any darkness on your face?
Obviously, the only parts you would need to conceal it on is like the dark spots. If you have them around your face or if they're on your under eyes, I would say mainly apply it there, but I don't think it's always like a bad thing to try to go for somewhat of a lighter skin shade. I'm not saying that darker people look worse, but some people just look better with a lighter skin tone. For example, me, I tan and my coloring, you know, doesn't match. I don't look as good. So, you know, I do different things like tinted sunscreen to just keep a lighter appearance. I'm not saying I want to go all white because I love being brown and I think my skin shade right now is perfect, but I think you would agree too, if you're way darker, you know, and your coloring didn't match, you know, your hair strands or something else like that, you wouldn't look as good.
No, for sure. But I think I tan pretty well. Remember Florida, bro?
Barclay. We posted a picture and someone said, that's not Chico, that's Choco.
For sure, a lot of people do have this insecurity of tanning, especially if you're Indian and you don't want to tan. Here's how you can actually make your tan look good. I learned this the hard way because I was sitting in the sun in Florida. Do you remember that shit, bro?
Dude, you literally fell asleep in the sun, bro.
Bro, that was so bad. Like I passed out, straight UV to the face, and I became extremely dark. But this was a turning point when I realized you can really maximize this tan to your full advantage. So what I did personally was I took Centella Asiatica and I was putting this on every day.
Dude, what is up with your glaze with Centella Asiatica?
Bro, Centella Asiatica is the only product that I stand by that can really even out your skin tone and in the long run brighten it and make it more radiant, especially in golden hour or the sunlight. You have to use the sun to your advantage here. So that's why when I talk about tanning, like I know a lot of people don't like to tan, but if you use something like Centella Asiatica, it can make the tan actually work out and look good. So that's why I really recommend it because I'm pretty tan right now. We walk to the gym shirtless every single day. And you know, I'm still getting the UV exposure, my vitamin D that I use, whatever it may be, but I'm still not tanning as poorly as I did in Florida, solely because I'm using this radiant tool like Centella Asiatica.
I think there's different shades of tan. There's like dark that's dull, and then there's dark that's bright. I will actually agree that dark skin tones that are very bright and not dull will look amazing on everyone.
Yeah, what's that guy's name? City Boy JJ, bro. It's a perfect example, dude.
Exactly. City Boy JJ looks really good with this skin tone.
That's what I'm saying. So if you are insecure about your dark skin tone, just don't be, bro. You can actually use it to your advantage. Because if you are darker, imagine the contrast from your white teeth, white sclera, and overall dark skin tone.
You know what? You've convinced me a little bit. Everyone doesn't need a skin lighten. What you actually need to do is if you have a dark skin tone, you just need to brighten it, bro. You need to look glowy. You can't look dull. If you look dull, you're not going to look as good.
And I agree with you with the whole skin lightening too, bro, because in certain situations, when you actually have a short-term thing, suppose you're going out to the club and you do have dark spots, I would 100% use a tinted sunscreen. I was using a tinted sunscreen to really cover these small blemishes. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of skin lightening versus skin brightening. Let me know what you want to see next, and do you have any final remarks, bro?
Yeah, every skin shade is beautiful. Don't take anything I've said as a sign that lighter skin shades are better. I just think that no one should be walking around with hyperpigmentation on their face, and you should take care of your skin, take care of those dark spots.